Corpus Christi parishioners, we want you at Mass. You know, the online has been a blessing for us, but it can never substitute for the real. This is so important for us to remember in a time like this. We need real community, not just a virtual community, but real people. And we need the real presence of Jesus in the real church, in the real tabernacle. That's so important for us. It's so important for you. It's important for me. It's important for all of us.
It's so important for you to realize we really want you at Mass. When I was ordained a priest 6 months ago, I was not ordained to be a virtual priest. I was ordained to be a real priest. And as part of being a real priest, I want to be here with you at Mass. I want real people here in the pews so that we can praise and worship God together.
As well, God wants you to be here at Mass. God wants you to be here. Jesus Christ wants you to be here at Mass, in Mass. This is not just a Sunday opportunity, everyone, my brothers and sisters, but really it's an obligation. A privilege, but an obligation nonetheless. Archbishop Miller is reinstituting the obligation to be present at Mass on Sundays and holy days of obligation. This is really the living out of the third commandment that the Lord has given to us for our happiness, for our joy, so that we'll know why we exist and the greatest way that we can prepare for where we are going. And also the living out of the first precept of the church. God wants so much for us. He just wants so much happiness and joy for our life. But because he knows that we're weak at times and we kind of vacillate, he has made this obligatory for us. Streaming never substitutes for being present here in church for that Sunday obligation. So important that we remember this. Having said that, there's always been exemptions for the Sunday obligation. This has always been the reality of church practice. There's serious reasons, for example, sickness, that's bona fide sickness. There's been the duties of state. So if you're a police officer, soldier, nurses, there's the impossibility of attending Mass, then you're not committing any sin because you're unable to be present at Mass. However, if you can go and you choose not to go, the church has again always been very clear for us that it's a mortal sin. And we need to go. We have to go to confession before we can receive Jesus in the Holy Eucharist. So if you are uncertain, please ask one of us. That's what we're here for, to help you and assist you form your conscience.
Throughout all of COVID, we've always had to make these kind of cost-benefit analyses in our day-to-day life. We always look versus the risk of something, going somewhere, versus the benefit of what you receive from getting to that place. For example, all of us have had to weigh the risk of going to Safeway versus the benefit of receiving the physical food that we get from Safeway. Now, we're all willing to take that risk because we know the risk is fairly low compared to the benefit of receiving food so that we can actually stay alive. How much more so that should be true for us when we come here to Mass. The risk, which we know is very small, is very insignificant compared to the great benefit of coming here to Mass to receive our true spiritual food, which will keep us alive physically, spiritually. And that's why God wants us to be here at Mass. He knows what's best for us. He knows we need to receive the Eucharist. Jesus did not come to us in Holy Communion to stay in a tabernacle. He came to make his home in us. And that's why God makes it an obligation for us to come here to Sunday Mass. He knows what's best for us, and he has chosen for this to be true for our lives.
So remember, parishioners and family of Corpus Christi Parish, we want you here at Mass. We want you to come back here to church.
See you Sunday.
God bless you.